Hey, what's up, you guys? It's AfterBuzz TV, and you are watching the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend After Show. Find out why Rebecca has a secret. Stay tuned and keep it locked with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What's that burning feeling?
Yeah.
Every time you pee?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it goes after you have so much awesome sex with me. I gave you
a UTI.
Yeah,
I gave you
A UTI.
my sweet love injection caused a urinary tract
Infection.
I'm just that good. I didn't even.
It's almost like too hard to resist.
A UTI.
All right. What's up, you guys?
We got into it. Look at that.
We really did get into it. Oh my gosh, this is crazy because we are one episode away from the season finale.
No.
It's before we get into all of that, you joining us today. I'm Trene, your girl Trene to be exact, and I'm joined by the most awesomest host of all the time, and we had a fun time watching it. What's up, you guys?
Hello. Hey guys, I'm Briana. You can find me at Phipps14 on Twitter and Instagram.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nino. You can find me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I've never given anyone a UTI. I don't think so.
You weren't thrusting hard enough.
I don't think so.
I mean,
Or have I?
it's not something you want. It's not like a good thing.
Right. Greg found
Like
it
the
as
way-
like a manhood like celebration though.
Like a badge of
did.
honor.
Exactly.
A badge of honor. He said, he says at one point, I gave you a UTI. I'm so good at sex, your maidenship got wrecked.
Yes.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with how good you are. Just to let you know, gentlemen, that is not a thing.
She made him feel like that was the reason because she was like, oh, UTI happens when, you're having forceful, hard.
Well, it's a lot of sex, and to put it out there for anyone that
Let's
doesn't
educate
know,
the world. Let's go.
educate.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
This is how you can prevent it the best way. Pee after sex. Every time, pee after sex.
You know what? That's exactly what you're supposed to do because, like you said, you'll hold in all that pee and that bacteria from the intercourse, and then you end up like Rebecca.
And speaking as someone, and I'll just go out and say it, I've had a UTI before. They suck. It hurts.
Ouch.
It burns. It's not good.
Not right.
You don't want one.
No.
Guys, you don't want your girl to have one because you don't have. And also, they showed them having sex.
That's
Well,
a no.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts to have sex if you have a
Right.
UTI. It's not like pleasant anymore. For you.
right.
So just don't get one. Just do your best. And if you do get one, just get antibiotics and get over with it. Get it done with.
She kept saying, I'm going to take cranberry pills. And
Well,
just,
yeah, because cranberry juice does.
Right.
But
What's
Just get the
crazy
antibiotics.
is usually when people do have them, they're, laying around. But she wasn't laying around at all. She was just getting super involved with breaking into a pie shop, which we find out because earlier in the episode, Paula is just so infixated of how we're going to remain close, how we're going to keep that tight relationship. And then Rebecca's like, oh, well, they're going to be having a pie competition. We can make the pie together.
She's trying to find a way
and
to
Paula
stick.
was being so negative. Like, oh, like if we don't talk about Josh, like everything's boring. Ugh. And I was like, come, you can't be friends if you don't have Josh to talk about.
Right. I feel like she's not her journey for like this whole relationship with Josh and Bex was just it wasn't finished. So she's like she's not happy until it's like done. If it were to like be done and they were to be together, she would go on and move on with her
Yeah,
life.
she'll only be happy though if they're together.
Yeah, and I would like them to be together.
She's so into them being a union,
Yes.
Josh and Rebecca, that whenever finally she does see that Rebecca has this glow because 3 days later after Rebecca and Greg officially hooked up, they're in bed, they have the pizza boxes spread everywhere,
Right.
the Chinese food boxes, they're
They're in the honeymoon
they're in
period of
the sex
relationship.
cocoon, as
Yeah.
she said. I don't want to get out of this sex cocoon.
3 days of sex, food, and words with friends.
Yes, words with friends, which they're getting really, really heated and hot, and they're using lots of sex words or,
Innuendos, right?
Yeah, those. And so Paula notices something's up about her, and she's like, "Who are you sleeping with?" "I'm not sleeping with anyone." She denies it, and finally she's like, "You better not be sleeping with Greg."
Do you think she would have denied it if it wasn't Greg? Like, do you think she would have been like, "Yeah, I am," if it wasn't Greg?
Of course,
she would have totally told
Yeah.
her. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally doing, the spin instructor. Like, she would have totally said it, but she knows how Paula feels about Greg.
Paula is so mean to
You know what I
Greg.
mean? I
So
know.
mean.
That is one thing. Like, she is really mean to
Well,
Greg, though.
and it's like funny because the actress, she tweeted out today that she casted the entire cast as Winnie the Pooh characters, and Greg was Eeyore.
Yeah.
Ah.
And who would? I think that Winnie the Pooh would be Josh, because
he's so lighthearted
he's
and
such in a bad. Why is he in a bad mood?
And because he's not always
Yeah.
like
There.
I need them to give Josh some better vocabulary. Okay, just a little bit better. Just a little bit.
Josh
bit better.
mad.
Josh mad.
Josh mad. So meanwhile, while Rebecca's getting her butterfly smashed, we then come to find out that Josh is just affected by this whole thing. He goes to home base, and he's. This was kind of weird to me that he was sitting down with Heather. I never would have.
He was
Yeah.
getting home base bucks from Heather because Heather works there, right? So he was getting home base bucks for his sister's wedding. Like,
Oh, that's right, because
gift
she
bags.
works there now.
Yeah, so that's the
That's
reason
right.
why they would
That's
talk. Because
right.
you're right, because obviously they don't really just talk, sit down
They
and
wouldn't.
talk.
Yeah, they would be hanging out, just
Yeah.
being friends. Because she'd be like, "Yeah, you're kind of stupid." Like I think
Right.
that's what she would just do.
Like, I don't know. But so they're having a conversation, and all of a sudden Rebecca walks in, and she's looking beautiful. Not that she doesn't look beautiful anytime, but her skin was glowing, her dress.
I was so jealous of that dress. I want that dress.
It was
looked great.
adorable.
She looked great. I thought she looked amazing. Like, we were talking about this. Rebecca has a killer body, or Rachel Bloom has a killer body. Like, and it's just the curves in the right places. And you were talking about this. Like, if she gains weight, like it's in like the right places.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Curvilicious.
she's curvy.
She's a curvy girl.
She's a curvy
She's
girl.
what we would call thick.
Exactly. Shout out to the curvy girls out there.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
And wait, quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Jim Jam, Lucy G, is it Evie? Lucy G is somewhere where it's 5:20 a.m.
Oh gosh.
So thank you for tuning in right
Thank
now.
you.
She's actually
and Enza
probably
Agro.
in England.
Maybe she's just
There you
getting
go.
up.
Okay.
She's in England.
There you go. Nice.
Europe, maybe.
Well, if that's how you're either ending your night or beginning your day with us, thank you.
Shout out to Europe, to China, to all
All
across
over
the
the
world that are tuning in with us and keeping it
Yeah.
live with us, because this episode gets really intense. Like we said at home base, Heather, she notices the interaction between Greg and Rebecca, and she's like, yeah,
They're doing
they're
it.
doing it. The body language, she's doing the flamingo leg.
Flamingo
Oh
leg. I'm gonna start paying attention to the flamingo leg. So if I see a girl like doing a flamingo leg around me, I'm like, is that a
She
sign?
got some good sex.
She got
Is that a
some.
sign?
There, she's like, so we're gonna be texting, and then we're gonna be playing word friends. And
But if you have a UTI, she's gonna be doing the cross leg because she's gonna be having to pee every 5 seconds.
I know, which we do see that in the show. And then, so Josh, he doesn't want to believe it, so he calls Heather dumb face.
Yes. Once again, can my brother get a little bit better, like like words to express his feelings?
Next season, we'll see Josh going to junior college, taking the English class, learning some words. Now, the best part was like right after that, which I know I'm jumping a little bit, but when he's talking to the priest and he's like, just when one friend is doing something with another friend and you know that they're just not it's not friend anymore, they're more than friend stuff that they shouldn't be doing. I was like, oh gosh.
He was like, he got in child mode for sure.
He did.
He did. From
He got in little brat. mode.
yeah, from the karate to the kicking.
Oh
to
my
the,
God, the footloose karate.
Yes, that was Karate Kid X
Yeah.
Footloose right there.
Yeah,
That was like
that-
It was-
perfectly
It was
conjoined.
because Footloose, it's that he's angry, he's
Right.
dancing, he's doing gymnastics in Footloose.
Right.
So this was the karate version.
But this goes to show you that I think that was Vincent Rodriguez all the way, because he's a trained dancer, trained in tap, he's trained I think in jazz and like a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, I think that's him the whole time.
Probably.
Like that's awesome. And he was flipping and he was doing all that good stuff.
We know
like,
he can do a flip because he's done it before.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to him for doing all that. That was a pretty funny scene. And once it wasn't really singing like we were talking about. It was more like Josh is mad. No. Like,
No.
you know,
Like, I'm gonna get over
No,
her.
Josh mad.
No, Josh mad. And Josh
Angry.
is so angry that he goes home to Valencia. Valencia, by the way, is so excited because she gets to finally be involved in the wedding. She's putting the gift bags together.
She's just
and
excited to be accepted by his family.
Right. So excited to finally be in. And she says to Josh, which this is when viewers, when we notice that Josh is definitely, you know, missing out on Rebecca, missing her, and because she said, Valencia was like, we never have to worry about Rebecca again. She's out of our life. No one will ever get in the way of anything. And yeah, he comes home from dojo and he tells her he doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel
Turn it
this
down.
is like one of the times that I feel bad for Valencia, because like it's obvious that at least she's kind of trying. She's still going a little overboard. She's still Valencia.
Right.
And
You're
she's
right.
obviously putting like marriage.
Right.
We should get married. Hey, your sister's getting married. Let's get married. But like, she is trying.
I have a
She's
question
trying.
though. If another man were to come in Valencia's life, and she was everything that Josh was and more, what would she do?
I don't think she needs someone like Josh. She just needs someone that is gonna just like be a sugar daddy for her.
So you think,
what she needs.
so if somebody else came into Valencia's life, you think Josh could possibly be out the picture?
Possibly.
Is she that type?
I feel like if she's waiting too long for a ring, she'd be the girl that like is like, I've waited long enough.
Right. I can't do it. But it was kind of messed up because, you know, he comes in, she's like, you want to take a shower? He's like, no, Josh don't want to take a shower with you. Like, it was like, like
my
he was like
God.
not into it at all. And like we said, he's in the park with Father Bra. They're playing chess. And I noticed your reaction to this when Father Bra's like, you know what? You need to stop. You just are upset because Rebecca is not adoring you. She's not following you around.
He was like honest with him. He's like, you picked Valencia. You had a choice. You chose her. So
By
you
accident.
can't be mad. No, he didn't choose her by accident.
By accident.
Stop. Stop
By
it.
accident. As you can tell, Team Josh Chan, Team Greg, the server bartender type person here. You know what I mean?
versus who will win.
Right.
Just find out next
But
week.
you know what? Like, I mean,
Yes. Just watch out.
he was telling it like it was. Like he was just like, you had the option. You could have chosen her. You didn't. So you're
By
not allowed.
accident.
No,
People
that
make
wasn't by
mistakes.
accident.
But you're not allowed to be mad at her for moving on now.
No, it's true. It's true. He shouldn't be. Well, he's in his feelings because he's in his feelings. But you know, he should be a little bit more accepting to the situation. But I think when you're emotionally attached like that, and you're like, wow, and when you realize that, I think I really do like her. Why did I choose Valencia? Like, you know, I would be a little bit mad too, and in my feelings too, a little salty.
He's very salty because he is now wanting to know what's going on. He's in denial. He doesn't want to believe that they're actually sleeping together. And it's getting even more crazier because now we kind of find out that the shoe was on the other foot. Remember when Greg really, really liked Rebecca and he was like obsessed and he really wanted to be with her? Now she's in the same place where she's like, I like him. Like in the bar, Heather's sitting down with her and she's like, girl, you know, I know you're having sex with Greg. Like I could tell. I was in psychology class, all of that.
One of the many psychology
Right.
Like,
And
I love when they were like, how long have you been in community college? 8 years.
8 years. I've studied everything. But, you know, this is actually really, really interesting to me because Rebecca, she was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. Like, you know, in this sense, a lot of people would say that Rebecca is like a hoe because she's messed around with the best friend and the other friend. And in society, people would look at that as like hoish tendencies.
Yeah, but she's never slept
But
with
yeah,
like, multiple.
but she's never slept with Josh, so that
Right,
doesn't
it's
even
in
really.
society, sadly.
Yeah.
Right? There's always that double standard when the guy is dating around and see, this is a guy talking. When a guy's dating around and he's sleeping with multiple girls, he's just exploring, he's just trying to figure it out. But when a girl does it, she's looked at as a hoe. Sadly, you know what I mean. In this portrayal, like she always had the upper hand, which was kind of cool to show girls, and, to show women like you can have the upper hand and you can be strong and whatever. In this situation, she was just all like goo goo gaga, but I think it's just infatuation. I'm sorry, something.
Or it could be
Everything starts as infatuation. And she says that this is a feeling she's never felt before, because even when she was with Josh, he was kind of an asshole to her, as we saw in like episode 1 or 2. So
It could be the sex that's doing it to her.
It could be. You know what I
because
mean? But she
Heather
hasn't
said before sex, women have the power. After, men have it.
which then I hate the fact that Rebecca.
don't believe that at all.
You don't believe it?
The engineers
There's
are like,
no way that men have the power after sex. That
Me
because
either.
pussy is power.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
I'm with you, James. I'm with you.
No, I see what you're saying, but I just hate that it leads her to be like, oh, like both of them, like we're gonna start playing these games because we have to have the power. Like it doesn't matter in a relationship who has the power. You should have equal power.
Right,
people.
exactly. You're right about that, because Hector is getting in Greg's ear like, oh, you need to get your player card up. Like, I got these 2 girls that I'm going to be meeting up with. You should be one of the guys that is with her. Forget Rebecca. Like, you can stand her up a few times. It won't be a problem. What was your guys' thoughts on?
My thoughts were, relationships are hard enough without you playing all these goddamn games.
Exactly. Like Hector was just Hector. When was the last time Hector's been in a relationship? He probably doesn't even know. You know what I mean? So for him to try to give advice,
don't ever take advice.
don't take advice from somebody who's probably who hasn't had a relationship before, or is not currently in a relationship, or hasn't ever had a long-term relationship. I've seen too many friends listen to other friends who about relationship advice, and all they know is like from what they see on TV. No, don't ever. Like, don't do that.
I've seen the people give the advice like, oh, I don't know, we had sex, but I'm not sure. Does she like me? Does she not like me? And they're like, here, just try this. Just try holding her hand, see if she pulls away. If she pulls away, I'm like, no, just ask her. Just ask her, what are we now? Are we
Right.
together? Are we not? Was this a one-time thing? Just talk.
That's something I've learned. I definitely learned. Stop guessing and start asking.
Yeah.
Because the situation is like if your lines of communication can't be open up there, it's
Shouldn't
probably
be
not
opening up the legs. No. Just kidding.
That too. But it's that. Dang. Okay. Oh my god. Trene's on it today. Wait, can we get in the chat really quick? There's a lot of Team Greg out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Team Greg out there, but there's also people, there's a lot of Team Greg out there, actually. So shout out to everybody who's chatting with us right now. Let's see. Jazz41173 says, no slut shaming, also Team Greg. That's true. And then, I hate the whole sex power dynamics in hetero relationships. LOL. That's from Lucy G. Hector's being a bro from Evie. Yeah, he's definitely being a bro. I love that you guys are interacting with us and talking to us and watching along. If you have any questions that you might want to ask us about the episode and what we might think, or if you want to state something, go ahead and type it out and we'll chat you back.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And just to finish off this little advice column we're giving here, yeah, like you said, just stop guessing, start asking. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to be like, no, it was a one-time thing or something like that, and then you're not together, but at least you know and you can move on from it.
Right.
So you think, okay, so pretty much we do see that there could have been a moment where either Rebecca or Greg could have said like, okay, let's move past this smashing. Now what are we going to do now? Because after Hector's, is getting in Greg's ear, Greg finally meets up with Rebecca. They're having Chinese food, and she's like, you know what? We should go to the drive-ins at the,
Because she realizes that she actually likes him.
And she's realizing that it's starting to turn into just like smashing, meeting up in the bathroom. We see
Right.
them meeting in the bathroom.
And she realizes that that's not just what she wants
Right.
anymore.
Right. And there's an app for that, though.
A bathroom app.
There's a bathroom app for people who have IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome.
A public bathroom.
Whoa.
Which I don't want to be having any sex in public bathrooms.
It's disturbing.
Gross.
But yeah, she's, this could have been a point where she was like, here, this is what I want. But then finally he's like, I don't know if that if I'm gonna be available. She's like, what? You have a date?
A hot date.
Which
hot
I was
date.
so glad that he was at least honest about
Right.
it, and that he was like, given our situation before, I don't know if I should take it off the table of dating someone else, because before you've always been like, yeah, we're gonna be together, and nope, now back to Josh.
Yeah, well, she's like, well, I have 8 dates.
I know, because she did the
So-
Rebecca thing.
With a matinee.
Yeah.
Like
Matinee.
the 7 days.
Broadway.
I love that. I love that she brought it into Broadway.
I was like, go ahead with your matinee.
And then
date,
and then he
right?
was like, she's
Okay.
like, well, good luck with your date. And you break a leg?
Yeah, well, that's where it goes with the male versus the female. You know, it's tit for tat. The male says one thing, and it's like the female has to have the upper hand. Just like,
I mean, but it goes both ways too. Sometimes women will say it, and the men will be like,
Yeah.
and yeah, well, I have like 8. So
Right.
yeah, the upper hand. Who has the upper hand in this?
Exactly.
And so you can totally tell on Greg's face that he's like, that's not what I wanted to hear. Like, I wish she would.
I was just like, does he actually believe her? Because I wouldn't have believed her. I've been
Right.
like, all right.
Right. I think in his head he was like, he looked like he did believe her for some odd reason, because he didn't really. He was just kind of like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll go on my date then. You know what I mean? I feel like he was expecting her to be like, no, I want you to be with me, and he could still have the upper hand, but it didn't happen because she wants to be with Josh.
You know what? It was even crazier too because
You're worse than Paula.
she breaks out into song. You're physically tearing me up.
Like, it was,
I forgot that happened.
it was so.
I think I
She's
like
in the
you, right?
shower. She's in all these positions.
She
her
is.
her head's being
Well,
pushed
and I
down.
told you guys, like, she posted about that. She's like, I can't believe what we get away with on this show.
And it's prime time on CW, which is crazy to me because there is a lot of sexual like nuances that are going on.
Just a few.
with Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
With her face being shot between her legs, bent over.
Insane.
It's just a couple.
Insane.
Tossing, I'll saute your giraffe.
Yeah.
He says,
Yeah, or something or cockatoo.
Right after
Yeah.
I take a sip, you gotta do that.
I'm gonna saute your giraffe so well.
Yeah, don't try the dirty talk, Greg. It's not your forte.
And in this episode, Greg is definitely feeling himself for sure. I mean, his ego is
yeah.
on all-time high.
Well, he's always being put down so much.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
He's finally being like, yeah, I give her UTI.
Right.
I'm having all this sex.
Because even at the end, when like we're gonna talk about it when she's in the hospital, like his arrogance was just on a level 10. Like,
she's
that was
sleeping with me.
Yeah, it's all me. We have a lot of sex.
Which I thought it was gonna go. I'll get when we get there. I'll get into it.
So it gets even more like interesting because now we're seeing that Rebecca and Paula are gonna be doing their head honcho thing and sneaking into the pie.
Espionage.
Yeah.
Espionage. Someone
And
put that
it
there. Thank you
wasn't
very much, Jim
there
Brown.
was no secret ingredient at all. It was just salted butter, unsalted butter at that.
Right.
So it's a lot healthier. And so we jump over to the pie contest
I
and
want some pie.
there was all types of pie.
If we had known in advance, if any of us had watched it before today, we would have brought pie.
We would have been in
Eating
the
the
pie,
pie.
smashing the pie.
Okay, it's American Pie
I
now.
was like, also if anyone watches Better Call Saul,
Right.
that has a whole nother meaning right
I
now.
will not be pulling a Jason Biggs live on air.
Oh my god.
My mama would not like that.
Yes.
Anyway.
Uncut. But yeah, so they're at the pie contest and Daryl's, the judge.
He's getting a little too into that pie.
He's like,
I was like, Daryl should never make these noises.
that would be me. If I was a judge, I'd be doing that.
He was like doing that with the fork. He's like, oh.
He was in that. He was like, I've never done that to my food. Oh my gosh! Imagine.
So
Well, he enjoys his food.
He loves his food.
he loves it. He
And he's
makes,
like, I'm not gonna vote for you guys. I'm totally gonna vote for you guys. I love you guys. Oh my god, we're best friends.
love guys so much. I mean, Paula's pretty pecan pie. I mean, it was pretty, right?
Dude, I love
Yeah.
pecan pie.
I
That just
love
made me really want pecan pie when I was watching it. Oh my
lemon
god.
meringue, pecan pie, strawberry, everything. I just want
It
pie
all
now.
look. I wonder if that was actually real pie.
Maybe you'll have to go get pie after this.
This is a perfect way to slip in like a Coco's or like Cheesecake Factory. Like
I mean, there's Republic of Pie, like 2 miles away.
Marie Callender's.
Marie Callender's. That's what. Yeah, this would have been perfect for a Marie Callender's spot for them.
It would have been.
Yeah.
But it was also interesting because when, they're standing up near their pie, getting ready to get judged, Rebecca starts getting these pains in her,
Which we've seen
in her side.
We've seen like in multiple scenes that she's like, oh, I have to pee. Like we know by now she hasn't taken care of her UTI.
Yeah, she hasn't, and she always puts off things, always. So
Because she's smart in some ways and not at all.
Not with taking care of
others.
herself. Yeah.
No.
She's smart with helping everybody else out.
And she's smart, book smart.
Oh yeah, she's
Like
super
she
book smart.
knew what she had to do to take care of the UTI.
Right.
She
But
just didn't.
do it. She's like, I'm the smartest woman, and I'm gonna take my smart self to work, like at the bar.
Where was the correlation though? Like that the UTI is happening, you know what it could do to you, yet you still don't want to do anything about it. Is that just being lazy?
The minute the episode began, they talked about UTI. I was like, she's gonna end up having a kidney infection. It's gonna happen.
You predicted that right ahead, and she passed out.
Yeah.
Literally, her side, her kidney failed, and she passed out. And as that's going on, Greg is on the double date with Hector. He finally
with the one girl and her
the cousin finally meets the cousin, and as he's about to get his date on, he gets a text from Rebecca saying she's in the hospital. And this is how you knew that he cared about her, because
I guess.
he ran.
I'll give you that.
He turned down another woman who would have had sex with him.
I'll give you
Exactly. And he said, I gotta run. And Hector's like, where you going, dude? Was it Rebecca?
You're gonna lose the upper hand.
Like, boy, you didn't even have a girlfriend, so be quiet.
And then she's like, oh, I guess it's a threesome now. And he's like, really? No, we're cousins.
So we skip over to the hospital, and Paula is talking to her little baby girl.
That was cute.
That was
You're gonna be okay. I don't know what's wrong with you. I wish I knew what was going on with you. And as she's having this little talk to her daughter, all of a sudden Greg is at the door, and he's like seeing Paula and things of that nature. And out of nowhere, Josh walks in.
Yes, my boy Josh.
Because Paula Becca didn't text him. Bex did not.
Because Rebecca would have really wanted to, but maybe like after she texts Greg, she just felt fatigue and just fell asleep.
Rebecca's not worried
this
about
guy
Josh.
should write romance novels right here.
I should.
You should.
I should. Rachel Bloom, if you ever need an extra writer, your boy can write too. You see my predictions, and look, they're happening.
What is this thing?
Prediction. Oh, but we'll cut the predictions in a little bit.
We will cut into
I just saw a big prediction. I was like, what's that?
We're definitely gonna talk about your prediction, Lynn.
The crazy part, though, is that as Paula is looking at Rebecca, who's unconscious or sleeping, she's like, I don't know what could be wrong with her. The doctor walks in. The doctor's like trying to make the colorful situation of what really happened, and he reveals she has a UTI.
Her pee hole's messed up.
And she's like, a UTI? Who's she having sex with?
And that's when Greg's like,
right,
me.
Not even like me. He was like, well, me. We've been having a lot of sex. And Josh is just like what?
And then Paula, they're all like so self-centered at this point because Josh is like, which he already knew. So why is he acting so surprised?
Because this was totally confirmed. 100%.
So he's just like, why are you guys having sex? And then Greg's like, a lot of sex actually. And then Paul's like, she doesn't lie to me, we don't keep secrets from each other. And with you, like, they're also like not about her anymore.
Right. And she was just like, just keep on talking about me and I'm gonna pretend I'm asleep.
I know, that was
pretend I'm asleep. What?
And close her eyes because she knows she's in deep doo-doo.
Deep doo-doo, I like that.
That will just bring us to predictions on what's gonna happen next week.
Oh wait.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the crazy doctor.
Predictions. Wait, the crazy doctor though is really Rebecca's husband? I mean, Rachel Bloom's husband?
Really?
Is it?
The doctor is her real life husband. He was so funny and weird. That's from Enza.
Oh, really?
That's kind of crazy. Oh,
That's
cool.
interesting. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, the doctor at the end of the show, we see that he's he's a comedian.
Or trying to be.
No, he takes night classes because his wife works at night and he's lonely.
And he's like, you want to know the difference between men and women? When men die,
It's like
beep. And when women die, it's like beep, beep, beep. Which that was hilarious.
Okay.
I know you were dying. I was like, what the? And you were just over there cracking
It was
up.
funny because it's just like, come on. This was like male versus woman or battle of the sexes
It was.
for sure.
This was definitely a battle of the sexes type
for sure.
situation. I want to, since we're going to talk about predictions, I want to get some of
let's see what
the
her-
chat rolls prediction is really quick. You're going to like this one.
I'm
Prediction: Bex is going to do all the things to get Greg to break up with her because she doesn't want to hurt him. Oh, that's from
I
Abram.
like that.
I thought you were. Never mind. I saw Greg and I saw
Okay,
break
I was
up.
about to be like, are you being facetious right now?
A little bit now.
You're gonna like this one.
That's from Lynn Abram. Jazz 41173 says, and Rebecca's butterfly brings all the boys to the yard. Josh and Greg turned down booty for her.
Oh my gosh.
That's true though.
So
Oh my
what
gosh.
about you, Nino? What's your prediction?
Okay, my prediction because it's
His
already
prediction
happening.
is that Josh and Rebecca live happily ever after. That's what it is. It's done.
No, we're gonna give it some time. You know what I mean? Let me write it in my head really quick. Hold on. No, no. So here's the whole love triangle situation I've been talking about all season. It's finally coming down to it. Like, Josh knows Greg is having sex with Rebecca. Greg, I think he kind of realizes like, why is Josh a little mad? He seems like he might be into her. Rebecca's right in the middle of the situation. They go into, we see the wedding next week, right? She's still with Greg, obviously, but Josh just come up to her and was like, are you sure you want to be with Greg? That's just when it's all going to start, and we're probably not going to find out until season 2 what's going to happen, but it's going to start with some sort of like rift in their relationship with him and Greg, because there's already a little rift because he's a little jealous about the situation, and he's just going to end up with, Rebecca and live happily ever after later on in season 2.
Right, right. On a unicorn stuff, is that what's gonna happen?
Unicorns
Off into the
are
sunset.
real. What? Unicorns are real.
All right. So my prediction, I do think what you said is gonna happen. Of that, they're both gonna be kind of fawning over her. I feel like they're gonna be at the wedding. She's gonna be there with Greg. Obviously, we know she goes with Greg. I feel like she probably says yes, and then was like, "Wait, what did I do?"
Yeah, why did I bring him?
But no, well, I don't think she's invited to the wedding. I think he's invited to the wedding and he brings her
Oh.
because she did that. She owned up to the wedding dress thing.
His mom totally didn't believe her. Like, no, that's not you.
You would never
Well,
do that.
anyway, they're gonna go there. She's gonna be a little like, because it's Rebecca and she's fearful of commitment, and so she's gonna be a little uneasy. And then Josh is going to ruin his sister's wedding and like try to confess his love for her. And then it's gonna end with like Josh and Greg, and then like Josh being like, "What do you think, Bex?" And then Greg being like, "Yeah, Rebecca," like both like trying to,
Rebecca.
and then it's gonna be like her like,
And then it's like,
and then
And then close.
that's what's
end
gonna
of
happen.
season.
I think
End of season.
that-
like,
that's it. I know.
Oh
that's
my
it.
gosh. So my prediction is that Josh is gonna piss Rebecca off and propose to Valencia just to like prove a point to himself that he can, because he's like one of those people that like reacts off of impulse. Like whenever he's kind of like pissed off or sad, he will go and do something to prove to
he's
himself.
like a cat.
Yeah, he'll prove to himself that okay, I can feel better. So I think at the wedding, like he's
might
gonna
do
probably
something-
try and pop the question
something
just
drastic.
to make himself feel like okay, I need to
better
move
not.
on.
Let's
That would
not
be
do
really
that.
really crazy.
Let's
And
not do that.
also, what I didn't really notice about this episode is that Greg and Rebecca are just smashing. Like there was never like a component of them making it official.
There was, you saw it like on the couch.
but
It was just a
friends with
little bit of,
benefits
like,
is what I
know,
read.
Yeah, it was just a little bit like post like sex flirting.
No, it was
You
it
know
was
what I
definitely
mean?
sex. It was definitely sex, and they had feelings for each other, but they were like unsure if the other one felt the same way, so they were like, "We're not gonna
It
divulge
was
it."
definitely friends with benefits. He was like,
I have
"Well, I'll
haters
see
up
you
in
later."
It was like a
See you-
huge Tinder date.
See ya. It was not like, "So, babe, you want me to walk you to your car?" Like it wasn't like that
Oh my
after the sex.
I need another Greg Becca. I
think
need
you have
another
the
Greg
whole
Becca person on this panel with
You
me.
have the whole chat screaming for Greg, so I think you're good there.
Greca.
Yeah, I know, but I got both of y'all haters up in here.
Well, if you want to see Greca do well, then tune in to our after show next week because we are going to just tear it all up. We're gonna smash
The
it. We're gonna physically tear it up.
We're gonna smash that butterfly.
No,
Let's
we're
do
gonna
it.
really get into it. I can't believe that next week is the season finale. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. We really do love your support, and we just want to let you guys know that you watching and you subscribing really does help us. Like, you have no idea how much it does. And also downloading iTunes, it's totally free and it won't hurt you. And if you're on your way to work or on your way to class or something, you can just listen to
That's
it.
right.
It's so much fun if you can't watch it. So I'm your girl Trene. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at your girl Trene. And where can they find my lovely peeps at?
Hey guys, you can find me at Phipps14. If you have any questions about UTIs, ask me. Don't do what Rebecca did.
And once again, guys, as always, it's your boy Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Next week, Leia Salonga's on this episode. Shout out to her. Shout out to the Filipinos in the house. I'm so excited for this season finale. I cannot wait. Thank you, everyone who's been speaking to us in the chat. Hit us up on our Instagram, Twitters, or whatever. Let's continue the conversation. Talk to you guys later.
As always, we'll see you next week. We love you.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.